Alright, greetings. Name Yahweh, the name Thought, Yahshua Messiah, direction our spirit. Now, just kind of for food for thought. I know anybody that has followed me, that has liked my videos, that has shared them, and been with me for the last couple of years now. This has always been a bit of a consistency when I get ready to start my videos. And it's primarily because it's a frequency, it's a transmission that I'm emitting on. Okay, because the name Yahweh, all right, but otherwise hadn't been broke down into the 4 parts, which I'm not going to get off in this video because I don't want to take everybody away from the video and its content. Out of what they call the tree of life, the Kabbalah, some people say Jewish Kabbalah, otherwise known as the tree of life, where right above the Sephiroth Malkuth, the next one up, which deals with the astral plane, yes, stepping up into the triad, because there's 3 of them for the astral plane. The name on that particular on that sphere, because you have 4 spheres, all right, but that particular sphere, which is coming up from Malkuth, in which says Yahweh, is primarily governed with the astral. Now that is not all the names on the tree of life going all the way up to Kether, but my point is where the name Yahweh consists, where it sets it on there, means that it deals with air. Every message that I bring, it is composed of air. The transmission is coming through the air, which is what? Through the mind, as I speak to the minds that are paying attention. But I just thought I'd just provide a little bit of history. But as far as this particular transmission right here, I'm just gonna touch back from some of what I talked about last night. Now, in last night's video, I was actually talking about soul fragmentation, discord, the worshiping of discord and the Typhonian deity in Egypt, which is known as Set, which is very powerful. Okay, the rulers in this particular realm operate through discord, all right? And as I recap to last night, what that is that I spoke of last night is going to parallel with tonight's discussion, which here I want to tell you that where we are in this timeline is a discordant timeline. And I used an analogy in one of my older videos saying Earth is like an asteroid field. You know, when you're trying to go outside to get deeper off into our galaxy before you exit what they call the fence line of our galaxy to go into some of the other galaxies that our scientists never actually talked about. Earth is like that asteroid field. But here it is. With those that rule this realm, the reason why people are recycled is to send them back into the black box to be reprocessed to come back here to act as fuel with their energy. Now, in order to leave this particular plane, you are going to have to deal with discord. Not only are you going to have to deal with discord, you're going to have to deal with the false ego, in which enslaves you. Now, in order for you to deal with the discord, you're going to have to do shadow work, something we've been talking about. Like I say, there's levels to shadow work. You might have got through it one time, but when you get ready to level up on your next phase, you got another lesson, okay? So, as I spoke of as a recap, the reason why evil is perpetuated in this realm, all right, is because those that know in this realm that all the souls who don't either understand their karma or the karma that they came into this life with, all right, they cannot rise above the demerge, all right, to get back. And I heard a lady also speaking of Abraxas. Yes, Abraxas is, all right, what is known as the most holy of holies. But one thing I want to tell you, just before I alter the topic, Abraxas is the power of chaos and order. Okay? Not only is Abraxas basically the personification of chaos and order, which means that there is no one favorite over the other, meaning that which can be good and wholesome and can be loving can come from Abraxas. But at the same time, and with the same one blade, the other side of the energy can be just as destructive, can be just as dense, chaotic, and full of discord. And Abraxas does not lay preferential treatment over either side, as religion has taught you in this matrix diagram. They get you to seek preferential interest on doing good. Stay away from evil. Let's dig a little deeper. The fragmented parts that have came from karma with you into this timeline. You were taught to look toward the light. You were taught to do the right thing. Morally, this is correct. But what you fail to do is you fail to tap into your chaotic self. You failed to go and deal with those parts of you that you hadn't called back from previous incarnations. You hadn't made any attempts, all right, to learn from Satan, the author of destruction, hate, and discord. Oh, excuse me. I just described Seth as the same thing, didn't I? But in the Egyptian pantheon. So, if you understand that this realm is discord and the amount of death that is permitted acts as what they call a spiritual recycling and also encaging souls to keep returning because they won't deal with the discord. They know you have been trained to stay away from the darkness. But, my friends, you must understand that until you do the shadow work, and unless you want to go into Satan's den, you're not going to elevate. You're going to stay behind. You're going to stay trapped. So everything is not love and light. It's darkness and chaos as well.